Hey guys, it's Coffee College Dudes here, and today we are here at Dorney Park. There's actually an American coaster enthusiast event today called Halo Thriller. This is also going to be our first time experiencing Haunt for the year. It took a little while, but we are here to experience Haunt, which I'm very excited for. Dorney always does an excellent job. And of course, we're going to get back on some of our favorite rides like Steel Force, Thunderhawk, Possessed, etc., etc. So we'll see you guys once we get inside. All right, so we just came in, got our stuff. We got our lanyard here with all the information for the event. Like I said, this is an Ace event, and they always do a really, really good job. Some ERT, group photo, lights on tour of Necropolis, as well as the first haunt of the day. We also do have the fright lane because we wound up buying this early. So the first, I believe, 150 people that bought tickets for the event got fright lane included, which was great. But very soon we're gonna go inside the park and get on some great rides. As we're waiting to get in, you can see something very interesting right there. So formerly, Dorney this year was requiring everybody to have a haunted attractions pass in order to access haunted mazes, kind of like the Legacy Six Flags parks. But now Dorney, along with a few other Cedar Fair parks, have rescinded this, and you can see that that red label over it says for the final weekends of October, haunted mazes are included with your admission at Dorney Park. So that tells me that they probably had to do this because maybe not enough people were choosing to pay for it. I believe it was only a $10 upcharge to do all the houses, but even still, when you have a park where people are used to not paying anything, not surprised. So I'm very curious to see what they wind up doing next year regarding that. All right, we're inside the park. A little early, actually. Our ERT runs from 10 to 11. And we're, of course, headed down to the Steel Yard for Iron Menace, Empty Buckets, and Revolution. So it looks like at the bottom of the hill down there is where they used to have the Dorney Park sign, and Apollo was removed ahead of the season, though. And it looks like a giant dunk tank has been put in its place. I'm assuming this is for Haunt, or maybe they just did this over the summer. I'm not sure. I haven't been here since the spring, but that looks very cool. Yeah, it is in fact a dunk tank. You pay $15 for 5 throws, and you get to potentially dunk whoever's sitting all the way up there into the water. That's actually really cool. I've never seen something on that scale like this. What I love about Dorney's Haunt is that they always tend to move things around. It's never the same event 2 years in a row. And it looks like they've moved around some of the tricks and treats stuff, because this used to be over in Wildwater Kingdom. Maybe there still is stuff over there, but this I do not remember being here last year. And these are not parts of the trick or treat trail. It looks like they're just little pop-up games. Here we are in the Steel Yard. And I always love the way they did this from the first year Iron Menace opened, with the kind of stacks everywhere and lots of great scare opportunities in here as well. It's really, really well done. So one thing I am very excited about, definitely more excited about than riding Iron Menace, is Ghost in the Machine. This is probably one of, if not the best haunted houses, individual haunted houses at any regional park. Ghost in the Machine is genuinely incredible. So I'm very, very excited to be getting back through it this year for its 3rd year. It started back in 2023 when they were first doing teasing for Iron Menace. Then, of course, last year it was open when Iron Menace opened for the first time, and this is year 3 of it. All right, we've made it to McTavish Steel. Let's see how Iron Menace is holding up after its 2nd year of operation. The ERT is not over yet, but I don't know how much more we're gonna ride. We did Iron Menace twice. I rode once in the front left edge and then once in the front dead middle. And it's not terrible in the front, especially in the middle. It's very smooth. Still got a couple jolts, of course, but I mean, that's Iron Menace for you. That's just how it is. Then we did Empty Buckets. Got a lot of flipping or snapping on that, which was lots of fun. And rode Revolution, which I've never ridden here. I have ridden that ride model before, but never at Dorney, and it's a fun ride. How were your rides for ERT, Dad?
Very good. Had 2 rides on Iron Menace, rode Empty Buckets, and my first time ever on Revolution.
Surprised you did it.
I was surprised too, but you only live once, right?
That's one way to put it. Uncle Ken, you didn't ride quite as much as we did.
I got 1 ride.
One ride on the Menace,
yeah,
and 1 ride on Empty Buckets. How were your rides? Fair enough. Antonio,
The 2 rides on Menace, 1 ride on the Buckets, and 1 ride on Revolution, and I think they're great. I really enjoy it. I actually really like Iron Menace. I don't think it's as bad as people say it is. I think Colin has a different opinion
I just don't like dive
but
coasters.
I think it's better than people give it flack for. On Instance, I've kind of grown to like it, especially the theming. It's like one of the best themed things, but I can understand why on the other side. But
Yeah, it is. It definitely is great theming. This whole area is so well done, and I think the best part about this area is absolutely Ghost in the Machine. I almost wish it was a year-round haunt. It's that good. All right, Possessed is actually open a little early, which is nice. So it's gonna be our first non-ERT ride of the day. Possessed was awesome in the back row. Now we're gonna continue through the park, starting from where we don't normally start. Normally I'd start up at Talon and work my way down, but since we started down here, we're just gonna kind of do the loop through the park. Something I noticed when I was walking over here is they have this really, really cool kind of decoration set up around the antique cars with all kinds of nice Halloween decor. Nothing scary, definitely more intended for kids, but I really like that they do that. Let's see how this goes. Oh, this is so bizarre. Yep, that's enough of that for me. Oh no, that was a mistake.
And enjoy your 205-foot drop from the top of Stiff Horse.
Just did a nice row 3 ride on Steel Force also. Look at that nice ad. Presented by Snickers. Actually, the whole event is now presented by Snickers, which is definitely a Six Flags thing if I've ever seen one. But Steel Force was running very good. Like I said, row 3. Row 3 is really good on this, kind of like how it is on Magnum. And we'll definitely come back later and see if it warms up, but it was running good. These are also the main 3 sponsors of Fright Fest. They've all come over here to the Cedar Fair parks. You know we're at a Six Flags park when they're giving out free Takis. Look at that. Look at those nice Six Flags Takis. I want to go ride the Boulevard, which is the antique cars. They get the overlay for Halloween, as you guys saw, and I want to take a look at it. It looks really cool. I never noticed this, but it looks like they now have a McTavish-themed antique car for Iron Menace. They also allow this very IROC style, with each car kind of being traded as one big train of 4. And then they send them all out at kind of in intervals.
Unfasten your seatbelt. Make sure it's coming
in. You look so enthused. Boulevard was pretty fun. Now we're gonna loop around through the Tricks and Treats area. Actually, what is this? Oh, there's a ball that just rolled by me. It's interesting. Now we're gonna go ride Thunderhawk, which is a very underrated ride in my opinion. Actually the oldest coaster in the entirety of the Legacy Cedar Fair parks. Thunderhawk also happens to be home to the entirety of Dorney Park's pumpkin and hay bale collection, evidently. It looks like they've got Alfundo out, but it's not Alfredo yet. It's regular Alfundo. Look at him go. Rode Thunderhawk in row 3, which is one of my favorite spots to ride Thunderhawk. And it was so good. That might have been the best individual ride I've had on anything today so far. That was great. The airtime is so good. And for a coaster that's over 100 years old, it runs pretty smooth. Looks like this year they've got the bar over here in front of Dominator set up as the Misfits bar with a nice little rave stage. At least last year, where they had like a giant, almost like kind of mini rave setup. It was awesome. We've ventured our way back up to the front of the park, and we're gonna probably go on Talon because it has a few empty rows, which is a good sign. It'll probably get pretty crowded later. We also got this NJM tent here. I don't know why. It looks like they're giving stuff away. Actually, they had this either last year or the year before, because I remember getting that car when I was in my wheelchair. So that was back in 2023. And it looks like they moved the haunt sign over here by the blackout maze. It's usually up towards the front, but now it's over here. Just got off of Talon. I want to give a huge shout out to the ops. They were rolling trains, meaning that there was no stacking, and I never ever see that at Talon. So shout out to you guys, and it was running great. So now we're walking down this way. I love all the pirate flags they have as you walk down towards Hydra. It looks really, really good. This, of course, is Hydra's 20th year of operation, which we rode it earlier in the year. So if it doesn't have a line, we're gonna go stop there on our way down to Demon Drop, because Demon Drop opens at 12. That's why we didn't ride it earlier. And then at 1 o'clock, we have a tour during the day of Necropolis, which was supposedly redone quite a bit this year. So very excited for that.
Once your training has come to a full complete stop, unfasten your seatbelt.
Operator, if you need assistance, please remain seated with your head against the headrest and your hands and arms inside the ride at all times.
Just did Hydra in the back row. Definitely a little on the rough side, I'm not gonna lie. It wasn't unbearable, but it was definitely rougher than it has been in years past. Still incredible though, well, not incredible, but it's still fun. That right there, the JoJo roll, is easily the best part of the ride. Down here by what used to be the Burger Barn that has now become a refresh station, I really like these multicolored, like the bright orange and bright green spider webs. I haven't seen those at any other park, and it's just very cool. I also like the s'mores everywhere. That's a very nice touch, especially as it starts to get pretty cold. Now it's time for what's probably my favorite ride here, and that, of course, is Demon Drop. Yeah, I don't think there's any debating, for me at least, that this is definitely still the best ride at the park. I love this ride. I hope they don't get rid of it. I know I say that every time I ride it, but these just keep dropping. I think there's only 2, 3 left in the world now. This is the only one in the States, and it is just such a great ride. All right, we're now here for the tour of Necropolis, which we're gonna be going into very soon. I do like the new entrance a lot. All right, the floodgate is open. Let's go in and see what's changed this year for the house, or maze, I should say. All right, it's raffle time to see who gets to climb to the top of the water ride.
Mike H.
Yeah. Hey, look at that.
4212.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Yep, that's one of them.
All right, so for Necropolis now, you enter from this side. You enter where you used to exit. Starts off with this giant graveyard with tons of tombstones that probably have a lot of Easter eggs. So closely look at those names. They tend to sneak in a lot of funny little things. I also noticed these buckets with the shovels cemented into them to hold up the fence, which I think is very unique. I've never seen that one before. Yeah, here's all the gravestones. You can see all the different names. I'm sure there's lots of Easter eggs baked in there. And as we continue to go through, you'll probably see even more. Then you kind of enter this like church sort of thing, and then you get into the main part of the graveyard from the looks of it. And here we are. So they essentially took it, it's very similar to how it used to be. They just flipped it. So you come in the other way. You got Hercules, all kinds of different names here. Lots of Easter eggs, that's for sure. Feel free to slow the video down and look a little closely, because you'll find a lot. Lots of rides thrown in there as well. Just was so much fun once. Scooter. All doing the exact same thing. We got this big hearse right here. Embalmer Burial Services. Are you next? That's a good one. Told you I was sick. Mazda, Little, Sabo, Gonzalez, Little, whoever Little is. Then this is definitely a good scare spot right here. This one's heavily guarded. This must be an important one right here. Here lies Butch. We planted him raw. He was quick on the trigger, but slow on the draw. It's a clever one. Another one blocked off over here. Oh, Naderman. Look at that. For Jess. That's great. Of course, she has like the gigantic one too. Now we gotta find one for Eldridge. Pinsky, Roth, Hatchet, Harris. So many in here. They all, for the most part, have writing on them. Kelp, I don't even want to try to read that. Rivera, Joker. What is this? DC coming into the parks? Another dead ride, Paratrooper. this skeleton right here. These are some good ones. Chicken feed. Holdly. Oh, I thought that said Efteling. It's just Efting.
Oh, lift walk. That's great.
Lit walk. Look at all the ones down here. There's a whole row of them. Suarez. Poor Uncle Terry. Ate like a slob, choked on a piece of corn on the cob. Now there's Jason McClure's grave right there. He used to be at Cedar Fair high up. I like this right here. This is pretty cool. Grim Reaper Row. Plenty of scare spots, that's for sure.
Journey to the center of the earth.
Ah, that's a classic right there. Here lies rendezvous. He met with death. That's a good one. Burger. Lots of really good ones. Now up here, after the bucket of blood and all these other ones, this was not here, at least not like this. Past the gargoyles, and then you go into this tunnel of skeletons. Look at this. It's pretty creepy, especially with the light peering through on them since it's daytime right now. That's a little creepy, that's for sure. And that's it. That's the ending. So it's literally the same one. This took it and kind of flipped it. So you start where you ended and you end where you started in the original version of it. Look at that. That is the spiked hot chocolate. That is something. So if you guys are Great Adventure viewers, you'll remember that the MVP sale there promotes Dorney. Well, they do the exact same thing here for Great Adventure. Now it is time for us to go over to the Parks at Pavilion, because it is mealtime.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Janine. Thank you to all the volunteers. Really appreciate being with you here on a beautiful Saturday at Dorney Park and Wildwater Kingdom. For those of you who haven't been here before, hope you're having a great time. Our team works very hard this time of year to not only keep the park beautiful, which I think our landscaping team does a fabulous job, but also to make sure that the rides don't stop, Thunderhawk, whoops, and that we have a great day overall. So thank you so much for being here. Your support means the world to our team. I will tell you that earlier in the year, there was a lot of talk about, hey, why do you do these events? Specifically aimed at me. And I said, because it's about building a community and about building a family of folks who are like-minded, love the parks, and understand what we do. And I think throughout the year, through your support, through you coming out, I think a lot of folks in the corporate office have been able to see just the amount of energy that we bring to these events. And I think that when we talk about next year, there's a push to make sure that we have events like these in our parks. So thank you for that. I know I've seen some of you at events for me at Great Adventure, others of you at events here at Dorney Park. We had 2 earlier this year. So your support means the world, and certainly your voices have been heard, not just by me, but some of the folks at corporate. So thank you so much for being a special part of this day. Sorry, this is my fault. I'm a huge fan of this, and I'm like the biggest champion of this goose because they are the most annoying thing at Dorney Park of all time. They take over the park 9 times out of the year, and I tell people I don't like them, but I look like I'm choking it. But this thing right here, I love it. People are asking where they can get it. They're not available for purchase yet, but you can win it at Rising Waters, which is a game across from the edge. So that's like the squirt gun, you shoot it, you race. So if you get a group of people together, you go home with some geese. There's a small goose, a medium goose, and this is the large goose. But as I mentioned, we're looking forward to our season ends November 2nd here at Dorney Park and Wildwater Kingdom. So you only got 3 weekends left to get your visits in, get your rides in. But can I just advocate for Great Adventure? We made a lot of progress there this year. We actually have an event coming up, kind of an event, faux event, but it's going to be called Grateful November at Great Adventure coming up in November. We'll release some details this week. There will be special ticket promotions, different things going on throughout the park. I'm going to be in charge of a lot of different charity events and initiatives, so really excited for that. Great Adventure will be open through November 30th. The Wild Safari is open through November 9th. Alfredo's in the back. Thank you, Craig. Thank you, Missy. I just texted you.
There he is.
Alright, so Alfredo's here, yeah. Alfredo's better than me. But yeah, we're super excited to finish out the season strong. Looking forward to 2026. Big things in store, a great adventure as we move forward. Great team here at Dorney Park holding it down, and we've got a lot of cool things, special things. I think we'll see a lot more for entertainment over the next year. So with that, I can take several questions. I'm hanging out here for a little bit, so if we've got some questions, I don't know if Mike has a number in mind. I guess I'm supposed to cut off, huh? All right, if you have a question, I think it'd be great if you come up, you can use the microphone to ask your question so that when I don't know the answer, everybody can actually confirm that I didn't know the answer to your question. So I know we've had trouble getting stuff in this year. I waited like 6 months for these geese. And I'm still waiting for track pieces of King the Cock. They're coming at some point. Any other questions? That's a hot take. That sounds he said take Brussels sprouts off the menu. I love Brussels sprouts. Hey, they're really good at Granny's a Great Adventure. I'm just saying. Anybody else? She asked, is there any chance to change the variety of the food to match Six Flags? So one thing that you'll notice, or I'm sure Colin will know. So one thing at Great Adventure, Colin, you want to come answer this question? So one thing at Great Adventure is they have a wonderful executive chef, Jeremy Hacker. And one thing we don't have at Dorney right now is an executive chef. So I think we have some leadership adjustments here at the top for food and beverage. I think once we kind of get situated, we probably got to get into the off season at this point. We had Allison at the beginning of the year, and certainly that was helping. So I think we're undergoing some leadership changes, but really the goal is to streamline it and then let them have some creativity. But we need an executive chef here. That's the long story short. So right now we're just kind of in a weird spot. But Jeremy's fabulous at Great Adventures, so if you're talking about that Six Flags, that's the difference maker in my opinion. Go take pictures with Alfredo, who's in the back. Special thanks to our entertainment team. And we'll see you all at 6:45 for your early access to Necropolis. Got that, Jim? 6:45. Jim's got the thumbs up. All right, we're good now.
All right, so that's it for the meal time. They even gave us another voucher. Don't even try to use this because it's not going to work. But that was very nice of them. We've been walking around Dorney a little bit, waiting for the houses to open up, and it's crowded. I mean, I know this isn't the best route to use as an example, but pretty much everything has a line now. It's crazy. Thankfully, we do have the Express Haunted Attractions Pass because we were among the first 150 to sign up for this event. And as a perk of that, they gave us a free Haunted Attractions Pass, or Express, I should say. So hopefully we'll be able to get through the houses really fast, and then we'll be able to leave fairly early. All right, so now it's almost time for our exclusive walkthrough through Necropolis, which is going to be early before Haunt actually starts. It's about 6:30 right now. We're supposed to go through around 6:45, which will be the first house of the night, and then starts the blitz through all of them. Here goes the mad dash into Necropolis, the giant flood of the crowd. That actually worked really well. They had security there ready to go and just making sure nobody got through that didn't have one of these badges.
I ain't no sub. Alright, I'll go take care of my zombies. I think I got a lot of fresh brains for them all.
Okay, so we can take pictures before the church. Anything before the church, we are allowed to film in. So this is a very different look at night now. A few scare actors here. All right, we're almost at the church, which means you guys got to go goodbye. We'll see you guys if we make it through the graveyard. We'll see what happens. All right, we just got out of Necropolis for our exclusive early go through, and I do like it better than it used to be. I like the way they flipped it around. I think it makes it more interesting. And you have that finale where you go through that kind of black tunnel, and that is easily the best part of the house, or maze. It's not really a house. I still don't think it's my favorite. It's more so a spectacle than it is scary, because since it's so out in the open as a graveyard like that, you're not really gonna get any scares out of it unless you're really, really scared easily. But it's fun. It's definitely a unique one. Now it's almost 6:50. So we're gonna go queue up for what's gonna be our first official house, Ghost in the Machine, which is easily the best one here. I mean, there's no debating that. So we're gonna do that, and then so begins the speed run to hit all of them as fast as possible. One of my favorite things about being here at night is looking at the way the Iron Menace sign looks at night. It's so well done. I mean, you got the fog and the lights hitting at just the right angle, and Oh, it looks so good. You can see the line over there for Ghost in the Machine already. That is nuts. All right, we just did Ghost in the Machine. Antonio, you got singled out right off the bat. McTavish, he grabbed you, sent you in alone for like 10 seconds, 15 seconds. I thought we were gonna lose you in there.
Oh, that was freaky. You wanted to throw me right into that furnace, man.
Yeah.
You were waiting for us.
You were waiting for us.
Yeah, I was slowly going through it. I like going through the maze a little slow to get the full immersion of it.
Exactly.
But that maze in general was really cool. Really cool. I wasn't expecting it to go outside for a little bit.
Yeah, you do get that outside portion.
That was really awesome. That was a really cool maze, and it really blends the whole area of Iron Menace and the whole steel yard. It really blends it all together. Like, this is a perfect.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I love this house. I think it's easily the best one here. Sometimes I regret starting with it because it can only go down from there, only because Ghost in the Machine is so good. But it also is very popular. As you can see, it's almost actually in a full queue for standby. Thankfully with Express, we got in very quick because they tend to prioritize Express over everyone else. That's typically just how they do it at all the haunt events. But now the speed run begins. We are going to be trying to blitz through all of them. So let's see how fast we can do it. All right, next up on the docket for tonight is Trick or Treat right here next to Steel Force. So we just got out of Trick or Treat. It was an interesting experience because a kid with a Nobu necklace went in behind us. Now, if you've seen my Great Adventure vlogs from Fright Fest this year, you know how I'm very against that even being allowed. If you have a Nobu necklace, in my opinion, you should not be going through the houses. Now, I will say, it was very clear that they didn't care at all that she had a Nobu necklace, and I think that's their policy. I don't think they care. They just scare you anyways, which was great because, I mean, you know, people still got scared, so it worked out. But I think my eardrums may never recover after that because the kid was screaming bloody murder. So if you're a parent and your kids are afraid of the houses, listen to them and don't bring them in because you're just ruining the experience for everyone else. But regardless, the house was good. And I want to give props to security there because a line cutting incident was reported and dealt with immediately. They are very on top of that kind of stuff here, which I appreciate. But now it is 7:27, so that took a little while to get through Trick or Treat. That was a long line. Now we are going to go to Roadside Stop and Shop, which used to be Cornstalkers back in the day. So we'll see you guys up there. Looks like the dance party has begun over here in front of Dominator at the Misty's Bar. This is always a really cool area because at least last year they would always shuffle out the themes. And I love just in general how they always shake things up here. It's never the same event. Alrighty, Roadside Stop and Shop. Let's go do it. Alright, we just did Roadside Stop and Shop. That was great. I'd say it's probably a little better than Trick or Treat, which, you know, they're on the similar level. I love the theme of this one. Where's Ken? Ken, you were saying it's very Rob Zombie-esque, right? Yeah. Okay. I'm not too familiar with Rob Zombie other than Dragula, but
There were some interesting creatures in there.
yeah, there's a little dog on the floor that scared the crap out of you.
I don't do good things when things are down low.
I've noticed. They got you a few times in there pretty good. That was entertaining. Now we're gonna loop up towards the front of the park. There's only a couple ones left. We got Blood on the Bayou, which is one of my personal favorites. That was always the best one before they introduced Ghost in the Machine. And then there's Blackout and Tourist Trap, and that is all of them. As we walk past the back of Dominator, we got Skeleton Row, where they all do funny little poses. Got a couple like jumping jacks. This guy doing whatever that is. This guy, he's really, really deep in thought. Look at that. And then this guy looks like a disco star. Unfortunately, it looks like they're not running the gigantic dunk tank tonight. Probably because it's pretty cold. I'd say it's like probably low 60s, upper 50s, getting lower quickly. But I would love to see what this actually looks like. I'll probably find a video of it online somewhere, but this is certainly an interesting way to fill the spot of Apollo for now. Never mind, it looks like they're getting ready to open this. I don't know where the jerk is, but they're making fun of everyone now. Tourist Trap is just right around the corner from this, so we're gonna go do Tourist Trap and come back and see if they're actually gonna do this. So it looks like they're still getting ready to do it. So we'll come back and not just stand around waiting. Now it is time for Tourist Trap, up here, that is. You can actually see from all the way over here that the jerk is currently going up. We just did Tourist Trap, which is one of the longer houses here. And it's always a really, really cool one. It was a little lacking in the scare actors, but it was all right because it has some of the best animatronics and thematics. I especially love this one room where there's a bunch of limbs hanging from the ceiling, and they're all animatronics, so they just start like kicking and running. It's so funny.
Today, we you sure it don't look like it from up here?
All right, we got someone throwing. I don't think they're gonna make it just because that target is very difficult to hit, but
You need your diaper
see
change.
what happens.
However you want to split it is up to you.
Okay, that's actually not far off. Oh, never mind.
Hey, keep doing the karate kick thing.
Yeah, it's
gonna
right.
help you. It's gonna help you so much. Oh, why did you stop?
Oh!
I bet you wipe standing up when you go to the bathroom. Yeah, switch hands. That was gonna make it so much better.
The jerk lives to see another day.
I bring you. Another loser.
You don't know either? I don't know.
Oh.
What kind of throw was that? Getting kind of boring up here, just looking at all these losers.
I think you need some motivation, y'all.
That's right.
Come on! Oh my God! What was that?
Yo, I need you to go to the bathroom and grab some tissues, because that was absolutely funny.
Oh, come on!
It didn't go down? You hit the middle? All right, how about this? Take the stick, you still get a knockdown, you still get a prize. All right? Hey, give me a countdown. Everybody gotta give me a countdown. Start from 10. Hey, you gotta wait first.
4, 3, 2, 1. Wow. This is one of the best things I've ever seen a park do for Haunt. And Dorney, great. I don't even have to look away for 5 seconds and Ken gets scared. Dorney is always doing the most unique, cool things for a Haunt. And this is just the next in that. I've never seen anything like that. Last year they had the baby in the stroller, which might still be out. I have no idea. That, I want to see more parks do that jerk in the tank thing. That is, oh, okay. That is so good. All right, now we're entering Port of Call, which is the pirate themed area. Like I said, we're not gonna be staying super late, so we're probably not gonna see Skeleton Crew. Skeleton Crew is an awesome show though. One of the best shows. I mean, it's a lot like the final act of Unleashed at Great Adventure, if you've seen that, where it's like a full-blown trampoline act, but with skeletons. It's really, really cool, unless they've changed it. But now we're gonna continue walking through the Port of Call over towards Blood on the Bayou and Blackout, and those will be the final 2 houses. Oh, okay. The final 2 houses of the night. And up ahead in the distance, you can see Dystopia. Dystopia looks so cool. It's always one of my favorite scare zones. Not because it's that scary, it's just really visually impressive. I mean, look at all those blocks, blasting different colored lights. So, hello. Oh, okay. So we are gonna go to Blackout first. Actually, I'll go this way. Makes more sense. And we'll end out on Blood on the Bayou, because Blood on the Bayou is a great house. But yeah, like I said, this area is so cool. So cool. Alrighty, seconds to last maze of the night. Blackout. I thought we lost Johnny. He just made it out. You can't see a thing. I thought I lost Ken for a minute there, and then I found him again. But it's not as long as Total Darkness, actually, a Great Adventure. It's long, but not quite as long as that one. The scares in here are pretty good. They're not like super abundant, but they are there. The one thing that, there are arrows, but like at Total Darkness, you could look up and you know exactly where you're going. In this one, you can't see anything, even if you look up, which does make it pretty good. Oh, there goes Talon. The one thing I do like about Great Adventures one, better than this one, is that the Great Adventures actors have the light up masks and they jump out at you with the masks lighting up at the same time. In this one, they're just all completely blacked out, which, you know, it's good. I'm never a huge fan of the blackout mazes. They don't do it for me, really. But this one, that was a pretty good go-through. All right, now we're making our way down to the final trail, maze, house, whatever you want to call it, of the night. Blood on the Bayou, always one of my favorites. So let's go do it. And what's really exciting about this one is that, like Necropolis, it got a major overhaul this year. Supposedly the layout's changed up, which is great because it hasn't really changed ever since I've been doing it for the past, I don't even know how many years, since like 2018, I think I've been coming to Haunt every year. So I'm very excited to see what they did to change it up this year. All right, here we go. All right, last house of the night, Blood on the Bayou. I'm gonna be honest, it didn't really feel that different. The whole ending sequence was kept exactly the same. I guess some of the earlier stuff was a little different. There was definitely a lack of actors in that one compared to some of the other ones. And I saw something that honestly really pissed me off. There was a group who brought a kid maybe this tall who could barely walk through the house, and they don't have a height requirement here. The way it works is if your kid can walk, they can go through. They then pick them up halfway through and walk through, which, I mean, there's nothing the park can really do about that, but I think that's just more of a message to parents to not be bad parents, because I've seen quite a bit of that here today of just bad parenting. Don't take your toddler through a haunted house. You're gonna scar them for life like that. But the ending of Blood on the Bayou is always so cool. There's a lot of really, really great effects, and it still is one of my favorites, even if it was a bit of a weaker go through this year, but still Blood on the Bayou is good. That's gonna do it for our day here at Dorney Park Haunt. We were here for a while. We've been here for almost 12 hours. Yeah, almost 12 hours. Definitely a little long for Dorney Park, but it was great time being here at the Ace event, and of course getting to check out everything for Haunt this year. Haunt is always really, really well done at this park. But if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye, guys.